And we're back again with Logan Herring, the CEO of Reach Riverside Project, Teen Warehouse Inc., which is just called The Warehouse, and Kingswood Community Center. And right now we're going to talk about Kingswood Community Center. Now, are these are connected through you, but are they also connected because they're connected, or are these three different things?
They're just connected by me. No, seriously. They are three separate 501c3s.
Okay. I'm sure there's some reason for that.
There is a reason for it.
Yeah.
So it gives us the flexibility when we go to funders to pick their poison, pick the thing that they really want to focus in on. So they could say, we're really focused on youth and workforce development, so we want to put our funding into the warehouse. We're really focusing on our early learning center of seniors, so we want to go to Kingswood. Or we're really into redevelopment and revitalization or affordable housing, or that type of thing, so we can focus on Reach Riverside. And then you have folks like Christiana Carey who say, you know what, we want to support all three because we believe in the leadership, and that's what they did. So what we have between the three organizations is a shared services agreement where the leadership is shared by all three entities, and then each entity pays a third of the cost. So at the Reach Riverside level, we have myself as CEO, we have a chief financial strategist, we have a chief operating officer, we have a director of strategic partnerships, we have two communications people, we have a community relations person, we're bringing on a development person, we're bringing on a community health coordinator, education coordinator, and the list goes on. But those are extremely high-level people that are really skilled, and we believe to bring in the high-level people, you have to be able to pay them and give them the benefits and the packages that are attractive in the marketplace. And to be able to do that, we just share the costs. One third. Yeah, but each organization gets the full benefit of that skill set.
So tell us about Kingswood.
So Kingswood, it's often like the afterthought these days, because you have these two startups that are creating all this momentum, all this buzz, and getting all this publicity. But Kingswood is the foundation for all of this to be built. I started at Kingswood. I still am there. I'm the executive director, and I started there 3 years ago. But what we did was utilize the resources and the assets we had at Kingswood. Kingswood had 12 acres of land. So when I came in 3 years ago, and a year prior to that, when the board had to revamp to save Kingswood from closing, our job was to revitalize Kingswood before there was any community revitalization, revitalize the spirit, reestablish partnerships in the neighborhood, reestablish partnerships with our funders, with partners, period. And we've been able to do that. But we cannot forget what Kingswood is and what will always be to the community. That's the heartbeat. So even if you look at it geographically, and you go from the warehouse all the way up to Eastside Charter, which Eastside Charter is our main educational partner, they're at the bookends of the census tract of Riverside neighborhood. So you have, the warehouse at the south end, you have Eastside Charter at the north end, and you have Kingswood right in the heart. And Kingswood will always be the heart of the community. So even when we look to redevelop and demolish Kingswood and build a brand new one, everything's going to flow in and out of Kingswood, all the partnerships and everything. Unless it's teen focused, then it's going to be at the warehouse. So we're building this pipeline, which is the education pipeline, which is the second pillar in the REACH model, in the purpose-built model, and that will start at Kingswood for birth to pre-K, and then K through 8 will be at Eastside Charter School.
Wow. Yeah. It's simply amazing just to, if you know where Kingswood Community Center, where it came from to where it is now and where it's going, it's amazing. How do you see just the city in a whole in the next 10 years?
So I see it's
with everything that you're doing.
With everything we're doing, I think we're balancing the scales. When you think about what we're doing over in Eastside or Riverside, you think about some aspect what's happening over the West Side with the flats and things like that. Where West Side grows, you think of Eastside Rising. You think of what we're doing at Riverside. I think these community development corporations, these initiatives, are really balancing the scale for the large scale redevelopment that's happening in downtown areas in the riverfront. You have a lot of people that are, of means, affluent means, that can afford to live in those neighborhoods, which is kind of, counteractually pushing folks to the outskirts. And now we're stepping up and said we're going to make sure that we keep those people top of our mind and make sure that we increase the affordable housing stock, because there's a shortage all across the country. It's some absurd number like 7 million. There's a need of like 7 million affordable homes across the country, if not more. And we want to make sure that those affordable homes are readily available for folks that need them. So we're doing our part, and like I said, there are a number of other organizations across the city that are trying to do their part as well. And this is not to cast aspersions on what the Pacini's and other folks are doing in the city, because I think it's all great work, but we just have to make sure it's balanced and there's a balanced approach and the community is involved in everything that we do, and that's our mantra at Reach Riverside.
Awesome, awesome.
There's a lot going on. I'm a little overwhelmed by your job.
Yeah,
I'm overwhelmed by my job.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
I got some help.
Opportunity, lots of opportunity and help. So, and if people want to help in any way, can you tell us again how they can help?
Well, yeah, you can email me directly, lherring@reachriverside.org. My last name's Herring.
And his email inbox is even open. You see what I'm saying?
My email box is wide open. I get about 100 to 150 emails a day easily.
Wow.
You can call us at Kingswood 764-9022. Our new website, Reach Riverside website, will be up next week. Then the warehouse will follow, and then we're revamping Kingswood. We're revamping Kingswood's brand because we want to make sure all of the organizations are in alignment. So it's a lot of stuff going on, but it's all exciting, and every day is different, which makes it really exciting.
Nice. And before we get out of here, you got to give a shout out to the state champions.
I will give a shout out to the state champions. I am on the coaching staff of Sanford School.
Oh, so you coach too?
Yeah, so I coach varsity soccer and basketball in all my free time.
Okay.
So
what free time?
So I'll give a shout out to the Sanford School, because our boys and our girls won the state championship this week, and got to give a shout out to my wife and my son, my wife Deanna, my son LJ,
Nice.
Logan Jr., who's going to take on the world in amazing ways that I can't even imagine. But they are the motivation and the driving force behind why I do everything that I do.
Awesome, awesome.
Hey, thanks for coming to the Wilmington Show. This is exciting.
Thanks
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any positive stories that Zach and myself need to talk about, be sure to submit it at stories.wilmington.love.